we'll try something different. Again, it's good for the people, and sometimes it's nice to take a break from editing these long fucking episodes where it's just a lot of talking. And I love you guys, but some of you just and awe me to fucking death. So, you can tell too, because every now and again, if you watch the edits I make as I'm playing through, sometimes you guys' speech pattern will be just so, and I just put a fucking Sassy the Sasquatch. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Because it's just like, what the fuck are you saying?
Your edits are great.
Thank you.
I love edits.
I'm getting better as we go. But, so, alright, today we are doing a different kind of episode of Goosebumps Podcast, Can't Be Murder. Instead of directly reviewing one specific book, we're just gonna kind of Goosebumps talk. I guess call it a filler episode if you will, but fuck you, it's my show, I do what I want. So, today I'm here with 4 other co-hosts. With me around the table, I've got Senpai Josh, aka In Otaku's Life for Me.
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
I also have with me the Grinch.
Just the Grinch.
Well, I appreciate the simplicity. I have with me Griffith.
Yeah, I'm just Griff.
Okay, we can do that. The griftiest grifter you've ever met. And last but not least, we've got Brandon Sime, aka Dead Shock Studios, aka the Monster Truck Nerd.
How's it going, everyone?
You know what? Actually, this is a good time. So recently, I got a request for a lore dump on our original podcast. So I think this will be kind of.
I saw that comment.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
That comment.
We're gonna definitely go through that. But before that, let's go around the table here, starting with Josh. What's your favorite original Goosebumps book from the original 62? And then after that, what's your favorite Give Yourself book?
My favorite lore book, favorite book of the original 62, Haunted School.
Okay, and why?
It was very creative. I like the idea of this guy taking a picture of his kids and then they get sent to a full negative world.
What is your favorite Give Yourself?
Favorite Give Yourself is probably Special Edition number 2, Return to Terror Tower.
But why do you love it?
Why do I love Return to Terror Tower? It's a story. I love the fact that we get to return to Terror Tower, obviously.
No way.
I love the fact that if the ending I got when I originally played it when I was a kid, makes you find out that you're the cousin of Eddie and you jointly rule England together.
All right, let's go to Grinch. Grinch, what's your favorite original 62? What's your favorite Give Yourself and why?
My favorite original 62 is obviously the Phantom Auditorium, like I said multiple times on the show. I'm a theater kid at heart. I'm always going to be a theater kid. It is simple. It's just a plot of the Phantom of the Opera for children, in a way. Favorite Give Yourself is probably a car, because it's basically like Carrie in a way, or...
Huh?
That's 2000, we're asking for Give Yourself.
I think Give Yourself into it?
No, Haunted Cars 2000.
Experience with Elf until I joined the show. One ear and out the other.
Okay.
If I were to choose one, it would probably be the Eek.
Deadly Experience of Dr. Eek. Understandable. All right, Brandon, favorite 62, and then favorite Give Yourself.
Okay, original 62. I'm going to say that one day at Horrorland, I know I stole your pick.
That's okay.
But it's always been my favorite for the fact that I've always loved the park. I always loved the whole idea of a scary theme park, and especially for the fact that I had to do a reading class when I first read it. So I had to read a book to my grandma every week, and that reading experience to my grandma with that book especially was just magical.
I can respect that. What's your favorite Give Yourself?
Favorite Give Yourself is Under the Magician's Spell. It was the first Give Yourself I bought. Well, technically I didn't buy it. My grandma bought it for me. But I remember distinctly reading that one over and over and over as a kid. I think I got like all the endings, the true ending, all the bad ones. I reread that book over and over so many times as a kid.
Griffith, what's your favorite original 62, and then your favorite Give Yourself?
Probably be the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. I think you guys covered actually both of these that I'm gonna pick, and that one's mainly because it's just super dark. Just ending that you've murdered your little sister, pretty much, kind of morbid.
Okay, you can't murder someone who never existed in the first place.
That's what I mean, though. It's some, like, looper shit, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And then for the other one, it'd probably be the Comic Shop of Horrors. And that's just because it's such a fun mental picture, like, playing through it all. Just very cartoonish, you know, in my head.
Okay. As for me, I guess it's my turn, huh? Like Brandon, I'm a very big fan of the One Day at Horrorland book. Out of all the books, it was the most interesting, and I mean, you know it's one of the best books because it's got its own spin-off series. So, I mean, what does that tell you when it comes to Goosebumps?
Tells you it was a damn good book.
And as for the Give Yourselves, I'm still reading them. I don't fully remember it, but I'm going just based off nostalgia. Alone and Snakebite Canyon was my first Give Yourself book, and I do remember reading it and being upset about dying multiple times. So that right now is my favorite, primarily just because I had read it as a kid.
Going through the list here, I realized I haven't read like any of the Give Yourself ones. Like I lived on a farm for the longest time, and all we had were like Goosebumps and a few like other books. Surprised, there's a lot more of these than I thought.
There's some, honestly, some of them are pretty damn good. I mean, you can ask the boys here. We had quite a few good times. I mean, we enjoyed TikTok, You're Dead. That was a fun one.
Yeah, Creeping Common was a great one.
There's some ass, though, too. Like, Batwing Hall was ass.
Oh yeah, that was crap. You know what was really good, even though you weren't there for it, Dalton, I don't think?
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The Werewolf Woods.
Oh, you know what? I did edit that one. I did enjoy it. I wish I had been there. It was fun.
Who's gonna murder him to usurp the throne?
I mean, there's a couple
No one.
people. There's definitely a couple people who wish they could, like, wear my skin like Orochimaru. But...
What a morbid mental picture.
just, there's a snake like Michael Jackson always around every corner waiting.
Well, I have a snake like Michael Jackson that wants to wear my skin.
So, a little bit of lore dump here before we go into it. 3 out of 5 of us know the story. For Grinch and Griff, what do you know of that one Goosebumps podcast?
Classic.
For what I watched, it was very good, even though it's very different from what we're doing now, but for the time, it's very good. Still is.
Okay.
Is
Griff?
that your guys' old one?
Kinda, yeah. There's definitely
I
some...
wasn't around for that, I don't think.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm fairly new to the group here.
Circa 2019.
Do you want me to go into it?
2019 to 2021.
Didn't you have some controversy with one of the members of the original group? Members originally.
Multiple members. So, here's how we're going to play the game here. We're going to kind of go into it, and Josh and Brandon will comment as we go. Talk a little more about here and there.
This stuff, like, I wasn't part of that, so I think I'll bow out, or I'll mute, and I'll just listen in.
Okay, that's fine. If you have questions, feel free to hop in, but I know this is something that...
Yeah, pretty much.
The community's
This is
been
your guys'
wanting.
bit. I'm part of the new era.
You know, real talk though, I wish we got like a new series of bumps, and instead of this pussyfoot shit where he does like 13 books at a time, and they're just really bad, why can't he just make like the new 62 and make them like old school, you know, Goosebumps retro, bring the gold back.
Fair enough. I can see that.
Is he still writing? Like, does he still personally write?
Okay, so fun fact before we get into that, there is a high amount of people who think that his last book, Say My Name, was completely AI generated.
Oh my god.
You can tell pretty easily. Like, I've been editing, like, I made an AI script and I've been editing it. The shit I showed you guys, right?
Yeah.
What part is, like, person and what part is computer. And that's one of the good ones, too, so, you know. I have to read it to say anything, I'm just saying. It's pretty easy to tell usually.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Doesn't surprise me. It's become, like, AI is really good, and it's kind of, like, it's not good enough to be good, but it's good enough to be annoying, you know?
Well,
Yeah, I know.
I know
Definitely.
there's a lot of like fake paranormal clips out there that AI is generated, which kind of sucks, but that's okay.
Every other clip is just in the world of insert this with AI stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2019. I get the brain fart here to start a podcast. Originally, the podcast was named Night of the Living Podcast. Turns out, I'm not that original.
What are you, gay? Yeah.
I'm not that original, and that name has been taken 1,000 different times, because, you know, hee hee ha ha, I'm so fucking funny.
I came up with the Night of the Living podcast idea.
You fucking didn't.
The fuck you did.
I did too.
Listen.
Isn't that good for
Alright, how about
advertising?
that?
Just when you're
Insert
small,
to
though, it
maybe
picks you up.
multi-millionaire. How about that? Make everyone happy. There you
Yeah,
go.
we did. I remember we had a Discord call just like this, and we were deciding names. and
Discord
you said,
didn't exist for us
"Josh,
back
which
then.
one?"
Anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. I could go back to the chat. I'm not gonna. I don't care enough.
Yeah, it's fine.
We had an additional member with us, a guy who went by the name of Zach Baby TV. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, I sounded I was
You're
reading
good, you're
something
good, you're
there. I've never heard of him.
He was actually a really big YouTuber at the time, bigger than all of us, so kind of cool to have a little bit of clout in the group when we started it. And then,
He was one of the biggest Goosebumps YouTubers in the United States.
yeah, so we started out that way and then kind of leaned towards movies once we realized that the name was taken and we didn't know what we wanted to do yet, so we ended up doing a group vote, and I really don't remember how. Maybe Josh remembers because he's an elephant and he remembers everything. I don't know how the fuck we landed on it, but we named our podcast The Horror Burrito.
Yeah, we were you talking about that privately in the chat, man. You guys have awful taste. It's a vegan burrito. That's my response.
That's okay.
It's a vegan burrito name.
We did movie reviews for, I don't know, probably what, 3 years, guys? 2 years?
3 years and a half.
But
About 3 years.
while this was happening,
I'd say 2 years and a half to be fair.
Kevin!
3 years if we're actually counting. Like, we did start our first movie review when it was still under Night of the Living Podcast. So
Yeah.
alright,
And
well,
that's crazy. I didn't know you guys had been friends for so long. I've only been knowing you guys for like a few months now.
So about that, I've been friends with Dalton since 2017.
yes.
And for me, it was Brandon from 2018, and I eventually met Dalton like the same year, I think.
No, it was on Facebook, back when the Goosebumps Swap and Shop group still existed, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, so while the Horror Burrito's cooking, Brandon gets this funny little idea that he wants to do a podcast, and his podcast is going to be exclusively Goosebumps reviews, and that's where originally it was called the Podcast with No Name.
It's a podcast with no name. I am your host, Brandon Sime. Yes.
My agreement was this: since I edited and like distributed the Horror Burrito, I would help with it, but I wasn't gonna gonna be the man who did it all like I do now. So we all kind of had our pet projects, and over time, strangely enough, Brandon's podcast did better than my podcast, which low-key made me salty.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the original project, I already had my channel going for a couple of years, and honestly, we got together, and I was just like, you know what? How about we just do a podcast with Goosebumps? Because we're already doing one for horror movies, and we already have a passion for Goosebumps, so you might as well just make a podcast for Goosebumps.
I still remember our first episode. I remember where I was sitting. I was in my parents' living room, or adjacent living room, by my dad's study on one of our couches, and it was Night of the Dummy, or was it, did we start off with Welcome to Dead House? I don't remember.
Dead House.
We did Welcome. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I remember we did Welcome and we did Night of the Dummy. I was in the same area for both.
Night of the Living Dummy was a little bit later, but we did the first 3 books normally, and then we kind of just started going off
Jumping
on
around.
whatever way we wanted to.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to say this is not me trying to toot my own horn, but I kind of liked doing it that way, because, like, yeah, it's great reading the books in order, but, like, I never read them in order as a kid. Like, I never read the original 62 in order. I just kind of got whatever I got my hands on, and I was like,
I think that's one of the beauties of original 62 is you don't have to read them in order. You just have fun with it.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful part about it, about having that kind of, like, anthology series, is, like, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
That's always been my appeal to the books, at least, is you can pick them up, read them in like an hour, and then like you have a whole story down. It's kind of fun.
That's what I hated, like, when it comes to manga. Like, when I'm at Barnes & Nobles and they have a manga that I really want, they only have volumes 2 to like 5. But I'm like, I need fucking 1, or else I don't get the first part of the fucking story.
Yeah, and that's the sucky part. But my thing is, too, with the original podcast is, whatever we're going to say about this, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to put this disclaimer out here. I personally have no bad blood between anybody. It's just more of, it was too much. It was too much too quickly.
We're all chasing after running.
You're doing too much!
Going on it too quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's start this roller coaster. So, Over time, I discovered I'm pretty good at finding new Goosebumps YouTubers. Just
No one acknowledged that he found out about this podcast while sitting in father's study on a nice leather-bound couch. Such a flex.
cool. So, I discovered Reviewer Beware.
What is up, my fellow bumpers? I am Josh Irby, aka Reviewer Beware.
Mentioned him to the boys. Say, hey, this guy seems pretty chill. Check him out. We actually became really good friends with him. He's actually in this Discord, but he doesn't around very much because of like life and stuff.
He's a good guy. I love Josh. His name is Josh, by the way. If everyone doesn't mind name them real quick.
Yeah.
Real good guy, chill guy. Me and him are from the same state, Illinois.
Anyway, so by the four of us, we had quite a dynamic, and we were chugging along. We were making good progress. But see, Brandon was like a Pokemon trainer, and he treated all the Goosebumps YouTubers like Pokemon to catch. He wanted them all.
I love you, Brandon, but I'm going to say this real quick. Brandon back then's fundamental problem was he didn't know how to say no to people.
I still don't.
The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
The way you said that, you sounded like Burger King foot lettuce.
I
Number 15. I don't know how to say
Yeah, that's what I was about to say is number 13.
Bro.
okay, let's get to the story. So, Brandon not being able to say no. I found another guy. I'm not going to lie. I had one last recruit for this podcast. I found a guy, real small YouTuber at the time, by the name of Goosebumps Completionist.
It's Goosebumps Completionist.
Really cool guy. So I tossed it over to Brandon. I was like, hey, this guy's pretty dope. You should recruit him. And Brandon did. And we were pretty awesome. The five of us. We're chilling like this right now, actually. Look at this. There's five of us. And I didn't realize that. Yeah, it's a good number for a podcast. So anyway, the five of us were doing some reviews. Things were pretty sweet. And then somehow, somewhere, some why, in the terrible Facebook Messenger chat we had, new names appeared. Somebody by the name of Bubs Reviews, if I'm not mistaken. Was that his name?
Hey everyone, it's Benji from Bubs Reviews.
No, it was Bubs.
Yeah, Bubs.
So Bubs Reviews, aka Benji, just like you, Griff from Canada, jumped in the chat. And, actually, he was kind of cool at first. Last but not least, there's another new guy that popped up, someone I had never heard of before, but apparently he's really big. Goes by the name Spongy44444444.
That one Goosebumps Podcast. So
Yeah, Catherine Isabel!
We'll get to her.
We gotta get to her now. She's the only good part of this.
Okay, well, let's just get through the people real quickly. So
cover.
Okay, so Bumps in the Night, Bumps Reviews, Spongy444, Reviewer Beware, and Goosebumps Completionist.
A lot of fours. So, Spongy and Benji were our new additions, and sometimes we had guest stars. Saw Guy Podcast.
Like scary movie. What's your favorite scary movie? Here's Johnny. We'll tear your soul apart. The boogeyman is real, and you found him. Game over, man. Game over. What do you want? I want to hear you scream. From the front time, bitch.
What was Jeremy's name, Brandon? The real what?
Real All-Star Collector.
Collector.
Yeah, so we had,
Good friend of mine.
we had some guests.
Real quick, that's real quick. Shout out Saw Guy Podcast. That dude's still
Shout out to RO's Real All-Star Collector. You're my boy.
Shout out
Dude,
to
what the
Jeremy
fuck is this? You guys sound like you're raising. No, I said it first before you. Fuck you. It's like, well, calm down, dude. Calm down. All right.
Shout out to Gus Johnson. I like his content.
All right, Josh, you said you had some stuff to add.
Okay, so... At first, Bubs or Benji was okay. I had no problem with him. We were talking. I told some traumatic stuff about my childhood and about my life before in the group chat because some of them were my friends, right? I trusted them.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And in private, he would make fun of me in the chat about all the stuff like being bullied, having ADHD, all that type of stuff.
Okay, hold on now. Let's be transparent here. First things first.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
In the old chat, what Josh isn't telling everybody here is he used to, and I do mean used to, meme dump the fuck out of perverted hentai memes or just straight up J-porn. Like, there was a fucking video, and listen, Josh, I love you and I'm on your side here, but I gotta be, I know. I gotta say it. There was a fucking video he sent us, and it was 20 minutes long, and it was a text thread about him fucking 3 different characters from Doki Doki Literature Club. No.
What? Wait, what?
Wait, did he wrote a fanfic?
A sentiment cum sock. Saying that a love song so wrong.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Podcast should be about. Yeah, we should just be talking to him about his life and grilling him over this shit.
Dude, I forgot. Oh my god, that reminds me. So Brandon brings up a fantastic point. So another thing is, Josh liked to take hiatuses. This motherfucker's all about a siesta. So Josh would fucking just miss episode after episode of the Horror Burrito, and sometimes even that one Goosebumps podcast. Because his last name sounds like the word sock, we took a sock puppet, called it a cum sock, glued eyeballs on it, and then we just pretend to be Josh.
I'm joined by my stunning crew here. I've got Brandon Sime, Zach Baby TV, Little Yami, I'm Bumps in the Night, and we have a special guest tonight. This is... Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Josh White Sock.
Yes, this is Josh White Sock. Believe it or not, Josh's son has actually come out to see me in that because Mr. Wasaki was so busy. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Mr. White Sock.
How do you feel?
My favorite part is the night on the Horror Burrito when Jedi Fallen Order came out, and you're just like, yeah, I'll be on, guys. I'm not gonna hop on the podcast. I'm too busy streaming. And I remember Dalton got so...
Not it at all. I was playing on my phone. I didn't have great streaming equipment at the time, so I literally forgot what time it was. I didn't. The time I ended stream, they're all like, "Where the fuck are you?" I'm like, "Oh,
no, it's fine. It's just funny to me because Dalton and Zach got so pissed off.
I know. I saw the text.
And we were like, this tubby fuck is streaming right now. Get the fuck in here. Anyway, so the entire point of this was this. So yes, Josh was somewhat bullied in that chat, but Josh, like, he was asking for it. Like, he just tripped and spread his cheeks like, oh, whoa, don't rape me in prison. It's like, you were asking for it, dude.
Oh no, I dropped the soap again.
Doubloons! Don't drop them.
Yeah, exactly. You were asking for it.
See, not for the other thing I told and not, okay?
Listen, all I'm saying is, you made me not like anime for 2 years.
I'm sorry.
I was embarrassed.
I mean, you have a gift, my friend.
So anyway...
You can change the world with that power.
Yeah, you really could. So anyway, long story short, the podcast is kind of taken off. It's doing really well. We get to the point where we're actually breakneck speeding episodes and talking about branching off into a Give Yourself podcast, which, surprise, surprise, I made it here. And then we get to a point where a joke was made. And mind you, this was a boys chat, and we were saying things that were a little derogatory. It's kind of like what we're saying in here.
Okay, can I go on this real quick? It wasn't in this chat or in this podcast. You asked for the Night Christmas for...
Oh, yeah. We intermediately subbed in Bub's Reviews and Goosebumps Completionist into the Horror Burrito for an episode for Evil Dead 2 because nobody could show up on time. And that was my mistake. I own that fatal error.
And I carry quote the joke that started this all.
Yep, go ahead and tell us the brick that broke the Brock.
What are you talking to me?
Okay, so in the joke, there's Bumps has a friend named Matt. They're such good friends. They sometimes reach into homosexual. Yeah.
Being gay with the homies is cool. Being gay with my homie, with my man, with my sweetie pie, with my cinnamon apple, with my Pookie, you're bugging, son. Bugging. My man is my man, not your man. Get your hands off. I don't care how long y'all been dating.
So, they were joking around to be gay, and then Dalton says, I guess homosexuality is on the rise in the Horror Burrito podcast. The podcast continues to go on, normally, right?
Yeah.
2 days later, I think it's like 9 or 10 o'clock, I come on Facebook Messenger, and I see there's a group call between Dalton, completionist, and I think Bubs was on, and I joined the call, and I come into a call where like some bullshit's going down. Bubs is finished talking, and then like immediately leaves the chat, and then I think Bumps and I had a private chat for like 20 minutes. Would you say?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but here's what happened. Like I said, I made that comment. They weren't taking the review seriously. Like, and granted, we joke and have fun in here, but they were putting on. Do you guys remember those stupid fucking like Facebook Messenger, Snapchat filters where like they were putting themselves in spaceships and shit? And like this was a video one. Like this wasn't like this one's audio, but the other one was video. We filmed it. So they're making jokes. Like they're not taking it seriously. The review gets completely botched because Benji's too busy being a fuckwad. And
there was a moment in the Goosebumps podcast where Bums couldn't even get a word in edgewise.
Oh.
For 4 episodes, there was that one where he just sit there and had his arms crossed, staring at the camera.
Reference werewolf skin of that one Goosebumps podcast.
Yeah. Dalton, you got something to say, buddy?
Oh no, you guys just keep jerking it off. I'm gonna sit here and keep drinking until I feel like it's drinking Goosebumps at this point. Fuck it. I had something to say like 10 minutes ago, but I can't remember because fuck it.
That completionist, I'm gonna give it a 10. Dalton, what are you giving your score?
Oh, you actually want me to say something? You sure you don't want to keep jerking the book off?
Stop making off. They were on top.
I tried like 6 fucking times at this point. This is just drinking Goosebumps too. I'm not rating it because if I rate it, you're gonna all be upset.
All right, Dalton.
I'm gonna factor it for you. 2 10s, 2 9.5s. That's not very hard. 9.75. There you go. There's your score.
We did it. Now episode time. Yay, let's go episode.
Dalton, you didn't give.
No, I'm not scoring it. I'm passing. I'm going to tell you what I told my college teacher before I dropped out. I paid for this class. I don't have to answer. I pass. Moving on.
I just sit there pissed off because everyone jerks it off so hard. There's no milk left for me. Another thing was Brandon had a friend who was editing episodes and I was editing episodes. And, we kind of had an issue where an episode was lost. And the truth of the matter was there was something here. There was a good dynamic and it had potential to go places. And Bubs saw that.
Maybe you just didn't understand what you had. And I was coming to take that from you. So pretty much, where's my shit?
Bubs was very interested in being taken seriously and kind of like just launching off. Bubs saw the potential and he realized that me and Josh were a bit cringe. I'm gonna own it. I was saying some dumb shit. I say some dumb shit in here.
I was looking Jay's shit to the going to the fucking chat sometimes.
Between Josh's hentai.
We'd all be reading Goosebumps if we weren't all a little bit,
Emotional, damn it!
Yeah.
Tisms of some sort, like.
Oh yeah, I got the tism, bro. Don't worry.
Hell yeah, man! Congratulations, dude. That's amazing.
Josh had been made fun of a bit, and that tweaked his peach, if you will, and he ended up having kind of like a milk steak beef.
Oh, milk steak.
With Goosebumps completionist. And obviously Bubs was a two-way street. He would sit there and act like we were bullying him, but in the same breath, he'd sit here and call Josh an abomination, a pedophile, all these terrible fucking things you should never say,
Yeah.
So we get to a boiling point where the group divides, and Bubs decides he's now the new de facto leader of this group, and that we need to cut some dead weight off this podcast. And so their request was to take out Josh, and granted, sides were taken, and that's okay, because it's not a huge deal. Goosebumps completionist did side with Bubs, and I sided with Josh, because that's my boy, and also I don't like the way Bubs was walking around acting like he owned the place. We kind of hashed stuff out, and it came down to, it burned down in a night.
You want to know the best part about that night the podcast broke out?
What?
Next day was my grandpa's birthday. I had to go to my grandpa's house thinking about that the whole day.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
That's okay. It's just
Yeah, it was not a good time, brother.
So they got tired of us making dark jokes, basically. Like what our podcast is right now, when we make dark jokes, like Diddy jokes or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And they said, the completionists and Bud said we should feel ashamed for making jokes like that. And I said, fuck you. You can't tell someone they should be ashamed for making something that they find funny. Comedy is fucking subjective. What doesn't make you yuck makes me yuck. Fuck you. Don't tell me how I should feel about it. Traditionally funny. I finally snapped. I'm not proud, but I'm also proud of what I did because I stood up for a friend. I went and I messaged Bubs and I said, you need to grow a fucking thick skin. This is the internet. Oh, okay, you're upset? Who cares? I never gave a fuck about the fact that you were gay, neither did anyone else. We didn't even fucking know you were gay. Thirdly, and you think what we said is bad? Wait till you make a video and you become big. The 10 times worse are there people are going to say about you. And they don't know you. They're not your friends. They don't give a shit. So grow thick, kid, or get off the fucking internet.
So anyway, the podcast burned down and the sides were taken. So in one side, there was a subgroup created. It was kind of funny. So Benji, Completionist, and Spongy were like, oh, we're going to make our own podcast. We're going to call it Goose Junkies. And they made the page, and they took Reviewer Beer with them, and they actually shunned Brandon, which kind of pissed me off, because it was Brandon's original friendship that brought them all together.
Argument being, though, that he's like 16 or 17, right? So, like...
I was 17 at the time.
No, they just...
I'm not a big deal, then.
No, what it came down to was he was a fanboy of me, and I was the abomination of evil.
I don't know, man. This shit reminds me like old Call of Duty drama back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, how dare you? We're not playing Battlefield anymore, bro.
It was funny.
No,
you're right. It was funny, honestly. So after that, like, we kind of resurged and agreed that we kind of still want to make content, but we didn't know what to do, so we made it a sub creation called Season of the Glitch. Where we just kind of therapy chat, really. Kind of like what this is right now.
Oh, shit. Actually, our first episode, we actually do go into a little bit of depth about the breakup, because I think we filmed that episode, like, was it 3 weeks right after the breakup?
I don't know. That kind of came from that, and then, I don't know, like, we've had conversations, because me, Josh, and Brandon, we chat outside of this stuff. So we have got conversations over the years where it's just like, I kind of want to get back to the reviews. They're a lot of fun. And eventually, this is kind of where this podcast came from. I started making, like, thumbnails, and Grinch remembers, because Grinch was out there liking shit before I fully put the podcast up. But we had a couple different names, and although this is the one that stuck, the Goosebumps Podcast Can Be Murder, personally, I was a bigger fan of the Just Another Goosebumps Podcast, but whatevs, it's all good.
And aren't both of those Henry Zabrowski things? The last podcast on the left and Podcast Can Be Murder? That sounds so familiar to me.
Maybe.
I don't know, sorry, go on.
No, you're good. The reference to the name of this one was Piano Lessons Can Be Murder, and that's just kind of what we went with from there.
Oh, no, I mean, it's a good name either way, like, honestly, I like it.
Yeah. So what's funny, though, is I started posting these, like, trial images, like, hey, check it out, this is what we're thinking, right? Like, this is what the podcast is probably going to be. Do you guys want to join? I made, like, an open post on YouTube. I shit you not, a motherfucking week later, Austin gets Goose Junkies up and running on Goosebumps Completionist page, right after I start talking about a revival of the Goosebumps podcast.
I said, hold up, wait a minute.
I just thought that was ironic, but that's not shit talk or hate. Honestly, more Goosebumps content is a good thing, and I'm glad they're doing it, because they have some very interesting takes.
Wait, is that Austin? Is that I see they post on the videos, like, positive stuff on a bunch of the videos, I think.
No, okay, so you're thinking of, like, he's actually, like, honestly, the show's biggest fan, but no, Austin was Goosebumps Completionist.
Yeah, that guy is, like, really good vibes.
Yeah, he's fun, dude.
Has 1,000 or more subs, I think he's... Dalton, are you ahead of him now, or...
No, I'm behind, but listen, while we're on it, just want to do a quick shout-out to Austin Lee 4156. Dude, you are the GOAT.
Yeah, you're the champ, bro.
Yeah, Austin
he's the one who asked for this. He's literally the one who asked for this, bro.
Yeah, and while we're at it, on shout-outs, let's shout out Goosebumps AI as well, out in Scotland. Appreciate your support as well. Love reading your comments, too. And no, I'm not going to buy that for you. Dude, every time I post something, he's like...
I like him.
Every time I post...
I spammed his videos, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Dude, every time I post something, he's like, can you buy that for me, bro? Every fucking time.
I'm just gonna say this. I have no personal bad blood.
'Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
With Austin, I know Josh does, but I don't have any bad blood.
I forgive friends easily. I mean, at the time, I think Austin was an acquaintance at best for me. Like, I don't think we were ever palling around like you, me, or Brandon were. So I took, when he took Buff's side, pretty thing. And also, Austin was one of the people that was making fun of me. Whether he realized it or not, I don't care.
Okay, well, that's your truth, and that's fine. I will say this. I don't necessarily have bad blood. I will say this, that, there was quite a few times where, we would try to chat, and unless it was something very specific to, helping grow his collection, he would always just say he didn't have time, which, again, I understand, there was an awkward moment, but I thought we got past it, and maybe we did. Maybe he really was just busy. I don't know. I remember, one day I'd added him for something, and, he just ignored me. And then he came back, a day later and completely ignored the comment and said something else. And I was like, you know what? All right. You're going to be like that? I don't want to be in a group chat with you anymore. And I pieced out of the group chat that we were in with him still. Because we stayed in a group chat, a year after.
It's funny because I still have that group chat, but there has been no messages since.
I will say Irby was neutral.
Yes.
I mean, he joined the Goose Junkies, but he was more neutral. He didn't pick a side.
He just liked to review the content. But regardless, that is our fucked up, twisted lore of how 6 podcasts generated this one successful one, if you define success by 12 viewers.
I mean, hey, 1,000 subs, and yeah, you get 10 views. People are watching it. I mean, Goosebumps in general doesn't seem to get a ton of viewership.
This is never to get famous. This is honestly just fun times and a niche hobby.
Yeah, I had a channel with maybe 200 or 300, but got blacklisted for saying no things. But this is the most fun I've definitely had doing any YouTube stuff.
Good. All right, well, I guess we're going to wrap it up here. Grinch, you've been a little quiet. What do you think about all this? What do you got to say?
From the most part, some of the stories seem a little bit more darker than what I usually used to, because I'm usually a quiet guy half the time. I usually don't talk unless I have something to talk about. I try to be a nice, calm guy half the time, but when someone pushes my friends belong, I get too mad. Grinch, same.
Okay, Josh, closing statements.
Like I said before, the last time we had this conversation, I'd be willing to work with completionists. I would like an apology. I might never get one because he probably doesn't know he did anything wrong or doesn't care. I'd be willing to work with completionists, and Bubs can himself. Simple as that.
Anyway, Brandon, closing statements.
I don't have anything, honestly.
All right, Griff, closing statements.
Well, shit, what a time.
Yeah, it's been quite a time on the internet.
So much blurred on here, and again, shout out to that one guy he asked for this episode, but now it gets his backstory.
Yeah, there you go.
A backstory for the Goose or Burrito, that's another one. That one.
It's the same fucking thing. We just told it.
I mean, we didn't finish that part though. We didn't say how we broke up.
Oh, a long story short, you wanted to jerk off to anime too much. Zach liked to shit on camera, and Brandon was a child. The end.
Sorry.
No, there are videos.
And that was the entire thing.
I shit you not, Griff. There are fucking videos where Zach Baby TV, he's Campfire Tales now, is literally sitting on the toilet, fucking ass out, filming himself farting while giving a review of Evil Dead. As always, I'm joined by Zach Baby TV, Josh Reviews Inks.
Also, or he'd be in a drive-through window. Wait. I remember something, because in one of his old intros, I remember where the camera goes to the bathroom while he was reading the book, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, dude. Pooping was a specialty.
Oh, that one, yeah. That was... Yeah.
He made a whole...
I can say this with confidence, though. I bet you he has he has more subs on his OnlyFans than you guys do.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well... And that's been the chaos. That was Goosebumps Podcast, Can Be Murder. Join us next week when we actually review a book.
See you all. Thank you for watching. See y'all.
Click the subscribe button or I'm going to have to mean mug Josh and then punch him in the face.